In the last few years, the velocity of the tech industry has outpaced the systems we built to navigate it. For many, the result isn't a clear path forward, but a persistent feeling of being unsorted and exhausted by the constant churn. The 2019 career model was built on a linear climb. You spent years accumulating static technical knowledge and credentials, trusting that a specific degree or job title would act as a permanent ladder. By 2026, those credentials are no longer the primary filters for talent. As modern tools allow individuals to build and deploy complex systems in days rather than months, the weight of a traditional degree is being balanced against a person's ability to show immediate, practical capability. Trying to survive by chasing every new framework or language is a losing game. It leads directly to burnout because the finish line moves every time you get close. You need a strategy built on how you actually function, not just what you know. Success in this shifting landscape depends on your ability to use technical tools to amplify your reach. Adaptability and the ability to bridge the gap between code and human needs now carry a higher market value than technical mastery alone. This shift introduces a concept called working heavy. Instead of measuring your career by the sheer hours of manual effort you put in, the focus has moved to leverage, how much output you can generate with the right tools. AI and no-code platforms act as tools for this leverage, allowing a single person to build systems that previously required an entire department. Because these tools have made it easier to enter the industry, the ultimate currency for getting hired is no longer certificates. It is tangible proof that you can solve a specific problem and create value. To thrive, you don't need to learn everything in tech. You need to find your specific ecological niche, where your natural skills provide the most leverage. Think of the tech industry as a village with 5 distinct neighborhoods. Each role is interdependent, and your first step is deciding which of these areas you are actually equipped to live in. The builders are the foundation. Their work requires a commitment to deep technical study and the daily discipline of writing and refining foundational code. They produce the raw architecture and digital products that the rest of the village uses to function. This path requires constant maintenance. Builders face the pressure of learning new languages as old ones become obsolete, which creates a high risk of burnout for anyone who isn't genuinely energized by technical puzzles. Then there are the keepers. Their value isn't in creating the new, but in ensuring system stability, mitigating risk, and maintaining the infrastructure that everyone else relies on. A keeper's success is often invisible because everything is running smoothly. Their failures, however, are public and immediate. It's a role that demands a high tolerance for responsibility under pressure. Both builders and keepers are technical-heavy roles. If you find yourself more drawn to the human or strategic side of a project, these paths will likely lead to frustration rather than growth. For those who prefer leverage over raw code, the village has roles built around data analysis and the strategic use of existing tools. Thinkers spend their time processing data and abstract market trends. They turn raw information into a clear direction for the business. While they provide the insights that steer the company, they face a specific hurdle. Their work is only valuable if they can convince leadership to act on their data. Without persuasion, their insights remain theoretical. Automators focus on using AI and no-code tools to execute tasks without writing traditional code. They are specialists in connecting different systems to create a seamless workflow. By mastering these tools, an automator can act with the speed of an entire team, shipping solutions much faster than a traditional developer could. However, this role depends on the stability of third-party platforms. If those tools change their terms or break, the automator's systems break. Because the barrier to entry is lower, they also face much higher competition. Thinkers and automators trade the technical depth of a builder for speed and leverage. This requires you to be comfortable with rapid shifts in the platforms you use every day. In the center of the village are the translators. This role isn't about code or data. It's about emotional intelligence, stakeholder communication, and human-centric soft skills. They are the bridge, turning complex technical possibilities into something that solves a human or business problem. Translators have to manage conflicting demands from every other department. It requires a high degree of empathy and patience, especially since they often lack direct authority over the people actually building the product. Without translators, technical talent is often wasted on products that don't meet market needs. In this environment, a high EQ is a functional requirement for any team that wants to ship successfully. To find your own path, you have to look at your natural traits and see where they fit on this map. If you are a non-coder who is naturally good at managing relationships and navigating office politics, stop trying to force yourself to become an engineer. Your leverage is in being the translator or automator. If you prioritize stability and find satisfaction in maintaining a secure, well-oiled system, focus your career exclusively on becoming a keeper. The danger lies in trying to cover too many of these roles at once. Trying to be a builder, a thinker, and a translator simultaneously dilutes your energy and makes you less effective than a specialist in any one area. Career safety comes from specializing in one of these archetypes. A generalist who knows a little of everything is easily replaced by a specialized tool, but a specialist becomes the go-to person for solving a high-value, specific problem. Once you identify your role, you enter the 90-day invisible progress phase. Stop talking about your pivot, ignore social media hype, and remove distractions to focus on your niche. Your objective is to build one undeniable project demonstrating capability in your chosen world. This project is your proof of value. It serves as a portfolio that speaks louder than a resume, proving to employers that you can deliver results without needing them to gamble on your potential. By focusing your energy quietly, you move from being an overwhelmed observer to the person who can solve a specific, critical problem for a business. Navigating the tech world without going crazy means ignoring the noise, understanding your own human architecture, and letting your evidence do the talking.